Sally Jenkins, longtime columnist with the Washington Post, has a column today. If Tom Brady wanted to show real toughness, he'd admit he did something dumb. You, of course, recall that Giselle went on the CBS morning show, his wife, and said, I mean, we don't talk about it, but he does have concussions, and talked about that he did have one last year. Tom Brady's agent, Don Yee, said Brady had not been formally, quote, diagnosed with one. That doesn't mean he didn't have one. Brady has not said anything about this. If you didn't have one, should he say something about this? It feels like he should. His agent said he was not diagnosed with one. That's sort of, we're going to play a word game here, semantics here. He wasn't diagnosed with one. That didn't mean he didn't have one. She goes on to write, if someone, a Brady or Drew Brees, would say the following, yeah, I played through a concussion. It was a poor decision I made because I felt responsible to so many other people whose livelihoods depend on the game's outcome. I won't know for years whether it was the wrong decision for my long-term health. But what I do know is that no one at the high school or college level should ever make the decision I made, because protecting against neurological diseases is not about eliminating one big hit, but reducing the number of smaller blows that you take over a career. That's why I'll pull my kids from a game the minute they see stars, and why they won't be allowed to play tackle football before the age of 14. I advise you to do the same with yours. That's what Sally Jenkins says Drew Brees and Tom Brady should have done. She goes on to finish her column by saying, here is the truth that no one wants to speak aloud. The NFL concussion crisis is all but unsolvable. The game is violent. The competing pressures on players, from financial to peer influence, compel them to hide injuries of all sorts. We simply can't expect all of them to self-report, and the league is never going to be able to devise rules or protocols that make their concussion diagnosable from the sideline. The problem is here to stay, and all the league can do is provide them with the best medical care and brain health information available. That's Sally Jenkins with the Washington Post. Yes, Eden.
I mean, I think I mostly agree with her column. And I feel like it's a discussion that we've had on the show, and I think a few of us actually agreed with it. Because she also says in it, the problem is that they have signaled to 4 million high school and college football players that hiding symptoms is what the great ones do, and that it's okay not to tell the women in your life or tell her to keep quiet about it, even though she may have to wipe food from your chin one day. That's a discussion that we had here, and I know that I absolutely agreed with it. I get the tough guy, like, no, I'm not going to tell her because... I'm the man.
Well,
but
Breeze...
It's not realistic.
Breeze on our show last week said he would not tell his wife if he had a concussion because he doesn't want her to worry. You have to look at it case by case here with situations. Now, should I think that, being the tough guy... Remember Ben Roethlisberger said he had a concussion and he sat out, and then people were like, what are you doing? I mean, you got to play through this. What are you doing? Like, we're not worried about you when you're 50. We're not worried about you. I mean, that's what I think. Fans need to be transparent about this. You can't have this, oh, my God, have you seen that guy? He's not able to eat. He can't remember. He's got dementia. We're not concerned. It's almost like fake, sincerity there or concern. You want to see them play as long as they can play, and then somebody else comes in. If Brady had said that, if Brady came out right now and just said, Giselle was telling the truth, Imagine the reaction to that. Patriots didn't know it. I hid it from them. I have to be smarter. I have little kids. I hope, and it's not just my kids, but it's everybody else's kids. I mean, imagine if you say that, the impact that Brady would have. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And he's got status there. He's got gravitas. He's Tom Brady. You can say that. It's, if you're a backup, if you're Mike Glennon, it's not going to resonate the same way. But if Brady says that, all of a sudden people are going to go, oh, wow.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.